We'll bring this meeting to an order at 6 p.m. Roll call, all board members are fortunately present today. Welcome back.
Audience, please.
Any public comment on closed session items? We'll reconvene this meeting at 7:06 p.m. For roll call, all board members are present tonight. Our student representatives, Samantha Liminero from McNair and Lucas Crowder from Lodi High. Welcome. Samantha, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have some actions in closed session. Student matters, non-public school students. Mr. Nava motion and Ms. Alexander second, and the board approved the placement of non-public school student number 122 and 126 by the following vote of 7 ayes and 0 noes. We had anticipated litigation. Mr. Stroh motion and Ms. McFarland second, and the board rejected the claim number 658969 by the vote of 7 ayes and 0 noes. We have a spotlight tonight for Parkland Elementary School and 180 Partnership. Mr. Dawson?
Yes, thank you, President Dr. Ball, members of the board, Superintendent Young. I would like to ask Ms. Harris, Ms. McGregor, and Ms. Burns to come up here. And I want to, as they come up here, I want to thank our board for giving us the opportunity to put a spotlight on Park Lane. Park Lane is one of our elementary schools that's home to some of our students who are in the greatest need. And when Ms. Harris took over at the beginning of the 24-25 school year, we were partnering with the 180 Teen Center to provide support for not only the students but the staff and the family. And Ms. Burns, Ms. McGregor, and Ms. Harris are going to talk about some of the good things that are going on.
Hopefully you can hear me. All right. Good evening, Dr. Ball, Superintendent Young, and members of the board. We're so thankful that we are here today to highlight our partnership with 180, and it is a partnership for the whole child. So we have our presentation up there, and we wanted to make sure that all of our work that we do is grounded in our mission and our vision as well as our goals. So we have our mission statement there, and just to elaborate on what RAM Pride means, that means to be safe, responsible, and respectful, and we talk about it everywhere we go all the time at Park Lane. And then to highlight our vision, it's to provide a safe environment with quality instruction and make sure our students are ready for college or career when they finally exit McNair. And then 180 programs seem to fit seamlessly with educating the whole child by pooling community organizations and resources to provide outreach and support to students, staff, and families. So we're excited to highlight some of those things. If you go on to the next, you'll see that we have 3 goals. They're all number 1 because everything's equally as important. I just wanted to highlight the first one is really not what we're going to be addressing today, but we believe that that will come as we improve attendance and behavior. And so we're looking for a 5% growth in proficiency in both ELA and math. And then our next goal is to implement social emotional learning and positive behavior interventions and supports. So students will demonstrate a 5% improvement in student behavior and attendance. And I'll have a little bit of data to share with you a little bit later. And then finally, it's to strengthen our parent involvement by increasing events and looking at parent involvement a little bit differently than maybe we looked at it in the past. So I'd like to.
My name is Allison McGregor. I am the Executive Co-Director of 180. Park Lane is a really special initiative for us. Typically, when we're invited onto a campus, we provide professional counseling skills and resources and trained mentors to provide resiliency skills. At Park Lane, we're doing that, and in addition, we're bringing an asset-based community development program. And we really believe at 180 that Park Lane and its neighborhood has everything that it needs to thrive. We just need to help identify key stakeholders, healthy parents. Parents are really leaning in, help neighbors to know each other, help to identify local businesses and pathways to resources. So it's really about healing from the inside, helping the neighborhood heal itself. And so the team, the 180 team that's there, they have 3 areas of focus, and I'm going to share the first one, supporting students. So we are providing one-on-one check-ins and support for students, distributing groceries and clothing to Park Lane students and families, designing and promoting spirit weeks, facilitating student leadership groups, facilitating the Y-Try groups to improve student achievement, drive-through backpack giveaways. This is a fun one. We provided Park Lane with their very own mascot, Ramsey the Ram. He's super cute. We assist with the Student Wellness Center, launched an after-school mindfulness club, created PBIS student expectation videos, and assisted with the student summer send-off.
My name is Latricia Burns, and I am the North Stockton site coordinator for the 180. One of the things myself and Alyssa, who is my team member, we're boots on the ground. And so some of these things that Allison talked about, that connectedness with community is what we've been trying to bring in events that we've had there. We had something called Warm Winter Wishes. I don't know if you guys saw it, they kind of posted it on one of the board's things last year where we were able to get coffee from the local Starbucks and give it out to parents, as well as have cocoa, because you can't leave the kids out. We had cocoa and candy canes for the kids, just to let the parents know, because that's one of the pieces we're working on, is we want parents to feel a part of the school. We want them to know that this is their neighborhood and this is their school. And so that was one of the events we had. Some of the other things we've done is kind of map the community a little bit, what is around Park Lane. And again, my team member Alyssa went out to the different organizations, neighborhoods there, found resources from the libraries, the parks. What are they offering here? And then taking that back to the parents and the staff and saying, hey, this is what Park Lane offers. These are those things that are in our community that are positive and we could be, sending the kids to now, or letting parents know that this is available for their students. And then I guess I'll just get around to the final way, because there's a lot of examples. Oh, he didn't move the slide. Is that it? Okay, maybe my glasses are there. I'm telling on myself. Okay, that last piece is kind of the morale piece that we were looking to Ms. Harris, like, how can we boost staff morale? What is it, something that we can do just to let them know that we care, we want to support them, Ms. Harris wants to support them, the rest of the admin, what can we do? And so we came up with Mood Boost Mondays, and we have a Monday every month that we are bringing goodies for the teachers, just posters and signs, letting them know that, hey, they're number one, we appreciate you guys, and just, letting them know that they are, we call them the Park Lane Posse, part of the Park Lane Posse. So it's just been those things, refrigerators, just whatever the need is what we've been trying to do, and find those needs and try to meet them from the community. Yeah.
And we thought it was really important to put a couple testimonials up there. As we said, Miss Alyssa is there, and she helps a lot. So this is what a student said, a 5th grader. Miss Alyssa helps me a lot. She helped me when I was getting bullied and gives me breaks on hard days. She also helped me when I was really sad about my dad and showed me it's okay to be sad sometimes. And then our school secretary said 180 has made an impact on students and parents by building relationships and providing multiple resources. This piece is so essential to the success that we've had at Park Lane. It is really looking at Park Lane from all aspects, from the students, from the staff, and from the parents. Alyssa has been just an amazing asset to our site. We know when Alyssa's on campus, which is 4 days a week, because there is a crowd of students around her. She is, there she is with Ramsey the Ram. And so it is definitely something that, that stands out. And then I really want to touch on that morale piece. What they're doing with Mood Boost Mondays and the morale for our parent community has made such an impact. Before my arrival, retention at Park Lane for teaching staff was extremely low. They had gone through a lot of changes and really were struggling. And since we've started Mood Boost Mondays and some other wonderful things. We kept 100% of the credentialed teachers that worked over a quarter at our school. And so that in itself is amazing. And then, we have a couple pieces of data when we're looking at last year to this year. We went from 89.29% average daily attendance up to 91.65% when we're looking at the same time frame. So that's a huge improvement and when we're talking about attendance, and that is directly related to what we're doing with parent outreach as well as what Alyssa's doing, and of course what our teaching and classified staff are doing as well. When we look at assertive discipline, we had 93 behavior referrals that were actual behavior referrals in the first month of school the year prior. This year we're down to 55. Obviously that's still high, but that is significantly lower. We've shown huge growth in our students showing safe behavior, and repeat behaviors are down as well, which is really exciting. And then finally, from 25 suspensions to 8 suspensions, huge improvement, and that is a tribute to obviously everything we're doing with 180 and everything that our amazing staff is doing. Our SMORE views have doubled from last year to this year. We have parents taking the survey and filling out surveys, which is something that we've been struggling to obtain some parent participation. Ramsey has been a wonderful hit on campus. We don't have as many pictures as we like because we're actually out there doing the work. So we don't have a personal photographer yet, so we are doing the work and don't always get pictures of the wonderful events. But none of this is possible without the hard work of the cabinet and obviously our area directors and the board, and allowing programs like this to assist our school. And so we are grateful. If there's any questions, we're happy to answer them.
I don't have any questions, but Jennifer, excellent job. Of course, I visit your school a couple of times, but I'm glad that you're getting the parents involved. That's so important. My question is, are there very many parents attending your sessions?
So we started this year. Last year we started a little bit of the parent project, and it did slow start, about 6 to 8 parents coming in the mornings. And so what we wanted to do this year was to solicit the parents first to see what times would be better for them, what days. So we did a survey for open house, and actually I think you said that was the highest number of parents. We had almost 50 parents respond. We did give out gift cards as incentives, but they gave us the times they were available, what they were interested in. I didn't get to mention the food pantry. We're gonna partner with Second Harvest, and so even pulling our volunteers from that base, they are interested in helping and coming on campus. So that's the goal.
Very good. That really helps with the discipline. When you have all these kids in class and they're not roaming around. Good
Imagine
job.
how much they'll learn.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Board comment?
That's awesome. I'm interested to hear more about your partnerships and getting the resources for the community-based organizations. And is there anything more that the board could do to support? Whether we go out there on a community event, and I'm actually
I don't think you want to ask. I have a lot of ideas, and I would definitely be willing to share them and meet with anyone who's willing to meet.
Could we add that Mr. Dawson said that maybe, so we do quarterly coffees with parents. They drive up and we give them coffee. And that's something we'd like to do, to come and be the representation for one of the quarters. That would be amazing.
Give us the dates and I will let the board know.
Yes, yes. And one of you can wear Ramsey.
I've got an idea of who we could volunteer for Ramsey. I feel like the superintendent's available for Ramsey.
Any other board comments, questions? Yeah?
I just thank you for, I have to admit that I was like, I want to see Ramsey. That was one of the things that I wanted to see, because I thought kids buy into that and kids see that. So thank you. I love to see the data that this shows what you're doing, and so I commend your effort and continued effort. And Ms. Linderman took my thing, which was I always always say, how can we help you continue to help our students? Which, well, I'd like to see this throughout the district, and even maybe some comparative data from other schools to see where we're at. And who knows, maybe this is that $1 million idea power, you know, cool program that people can start modeling. Other districts can look at us and go, yeah. So thank you very much for your time and effort.
Thank you, Ms.
I just want to say thanks for the effort. I mean, I'd be echoing the same thing said, but sounds like a great thing. Keep it up. And I'd like to see pictures too.
I just have a couple questions for you on the academic side, because your report card from, not yours, but the school's report card from last year, 2024, showed that you're in the red on absenteeism, math, and ELA. What types of steps are you taking to improve student achievement?
That's a wonderful question. So last year we were really focused on filling vacancies, making sure that we had teachers in classrooms, and then making sure that our teachers were equipped with the skills that they needed to be able to provide instruction. We also spent a lot of time focused on discipline and behavior and PBIS. This year we have a significantly different focus. From our very first kickoff meeting, we talked about data, we talked about what impacts it. We're looking at priority standards. We are well aware that only 10% of our students on our campus are meeting standard in math. We are well aware that we're at 14% for ELA. That is significantly below where we'd like to be. So we're having those conversations. We're looking at organizational consistencies. Our campus has made a commitment to follow district core curriculum, as well as to provide at least 30 minutes of intervention every day from every teacher. And they've scheduled it in, and they are actively doing those things. We're working closely with our ELA TOSA. I would love a math TOSA. But we are working very closely with our ELA TOSA to provide not only intervention for students, but we're also working to provide our newest teachers, because we do have a very new bank of teachers with strategies to be able to implement district curriculum, to be able to implement SIPs correctly, to respond to data, and to prioritize standards. So those are kind of where we've been. And then obviously having better attendance and lower discipline allows for meatier instruction.
Right. Have you had any snapshots of where you're going to end up with test scores from last year?
Yeah, not as significant of growth as we would have liked to see. Often we're looking at delayed results when we're looking at dashboard data and state assessment data. So we're looking really closely at our iReady data right now. But yes, we made small gains, but not anywhere near where we expect to gain this year.
Yeah, your EL scores are good.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Just briefly, I want to commend you on that 2.36. I think if we could do that for 10 months, we get that broad stroke. And I think if a student's not in school and not in their classroom, we'll never get getting out of the red. So I think if we can get the attendance consistent this year, look out in the next year or two. So thank you.
Thank you.
Jennifer, if you keep your teachers there and they don't transfer out, they don't want to leave, that's a great job.
Thank you so much for your presentation, and good things are happening in Lodi Unified. Parkland's definitely showing that. Thank you. We'll move on to comments from our student representative, Samantha.
Good evening. Thank you, President Ball, members of the board, and Superintendent Young. Since the last board meeting, McNair hosted its annual Club Rush on August 21st in our atrium. We had an incredible turnout with students eager to explore new opportunities and get involved on campus. With over 35 clubs participating, students had plenty of chances to find something that matched their interests. Then on that Friday, August 22nd, our student government hosted our highly anticipated I'm Ready, Welcome Back rally, which had a SpongeBob theme. The rally was originally delayed by 2 weeks due to the flooding on campus, which only built up more anticipation and excitement. When the day finally arrived, the gym was filled with spirit. From the fun decorations to interactive games and class competitions, it was clear how much our student body had been looking forward to it. The theme, I'm Ready, was not just a playful nod to SpongeBob, but also a way to kick off the message that our school is ready for the year ahead. Overall, the rally was a great way to bring everyone together after a challenging start and to set a positive, spirited tone for the rest of the year. On September 5th, our health occupation students alongside the American Red Cross hosted yet another successful fall blood drive this year. The turnout was amazing, with an estimated over 100 donors. In total, we collected 132 units of blood, which is the most the American Red Cross has ever collected from a single high school in any one day. With 132 units collected, we had the opportunity to possibly save 396 lives. We also collected 18 units from African American donors, which will help those with sickle cell diseases. Finally, this past week, from September 8th to September 12th, our student government hosted its annual Club Wars event during both lunches, with over 20 clubs in participation. Each club was given the opportunity to compete against each other to see who can raise the most money by the end of the week, which was an excellent way for students to support their favorite clubs and for clubs to be able to gain some money for the school year. In total, all clubs raised $2,344.19 in donations in 1 week. Now, this month's accomplishments wouldn't have been possible without those who continue to support our school community. I'd like to give a huge shout out to our McNair staff, teachers, facilities team, admin, and counselors for their continued dedication to helping our students. We couldn't have done it without their support. Also, a special thank you to Ms. Gonzalez, the health occupation students, and the American Red Cross for helping our school host yet another successful blood drive this year. And I especially want to thank our student government and our clubs for their hard work and dedication in organizing our incredible events and activities. And for our upcoming events, we have our second Coffee with the Counselors on September 17th from 8:20 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. This monthly meeting is a chance for parents to come and meet their students' counselors, as well as learn how they can help support their students in high school. We are also looking forward to putting on our biggest event, which is Homecoming, on October 17th. Our student government has much planned for Homecoming Week, which will include a Spirit Week, the Homecoming Rally, the parade during halftime at the varsity football game, the winners of our Homecoming Royalty, and the dance at the end of the night to top it all off. So we would like to see some of the board members there or Mr. Young in attendance. And finally, as we get closer to Halloween, Link Crew will be hosting its annual Escape the Night, recently rebranded No Way Out, which is a hybrid of escape rooms with a haunted maze and will be held on October 29th. And that is all I have to report for McNair. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha.
Samantha, what's your football record? You have a good record, don't you?
This year,
Uh-oh.
this year I'm actually not sure.
Yeah.
I know last year we did pretty good last year.
Okay. And your homecoming is against who?
Our homecoming is usually against Franklin, but since our homecoming is later this year, I'm actually not sure who we will be going against.
All right, thank you.
What day is it?
October 17th.
Okay.
Thank you, Samantha. Lucas?
Good evening, President Ball, members of the board, and Superintendent Young. Student government, in conjunction with our clubs on campus, hosted our annual club carnival last week. We had 28 clubs and programs together to offer free activities as well as fundraise for their groups. Activities range from football toss to cornhole, face painting, battle bots, and so much more. September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. Our school psychologists and mental health clinicians are promoting suicide awareness next week. Clubs and teams will be hosting wellness-focused activities during lunch. This includes things like writing positive messages, making friendship bracelets, rock painting, hosting a mindfulness table, interactive games, and other engaging ways to promote connection, mental health awareness, and positivity on campus. In student government, we have kicked off our homecoming celebration. Our homecoming court was notified on Monday with Wake Up surprising everyone that was on the court. We have Spirit Week all week. Monday was My Alarm Didn't Go Off. Today was Music Genre Day. Wednesday is going to be Class Color Day for our rally. Thursday is Dress to Impress, and Friday is Whiteout. We're looking forward to a win for our homecoming game Friday against Beehawk. Financial Aid Night will be on Thursday, September 25th at 6:30 p.m. This is a very important event for seniors and their parents to attend. Students and their families will learn more about the different types of aid such as grants, fee waivers, scholarships, loans, and much more. There will be presentations in both English and Spanish. Our English presentation will take place in our theater, and our Spanish will take place in our library. Academic. Our A-Steps math tutorial is after school Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30. Students can get math help for any math class. Speech and debate competed in its first league tournament of the year at Manteca High. The following students medaled in their events. Luke Fogelberg went 3-0 in big question debate. Diego Garcia won second in prose and poetry, and Natalie Corlett won first in prose and poetry. Their next tournament is October 11th at Bear Creek High. Co-curricular. Fall sports are getting deep into their seasons. Our athletic department would like to recognize Nolan Butler. He is a 15-year-old sophomore at Lodi High who is making a name for himself in open water swimming. His journey started in 2024 with an unplanned half-mile swim in Donner Lake. He thought it was a challenge worth taking on. That first race ended with a first-place finish, setting a strong foundation for his many accomplishments. Since then, Nolan has participated in several races across Lake Tahoe. Most recently, he placed second in August in a 2.4-mile course and took first in his age group. He also tackled the chilly waters of San Francisco Bay, swimming 1.75 miles along the famous Golden Gate Bridge from the South Tower to Horseshoe Bay. He finished fourth overall, third among males, and first in the 15 to 17 boys age group. As if that weren't enough, Nolan completed the Lake Tahoe Vikings home 10.6-mile swim. This tough swim starts at the boat launch beneath Cave Rock in Nevada and ends in the beautiful waters of Emerald Bay. With crystal clear 64-degree weather and a shoreline that feels far away, this swim is just as mentally tough as it is physically. Nolan began the race at 4 a.m. and finished after a little more than 5 hours, hitting another significant milestone in his growing open water career. With each stroke, Nolan continues to break barriers. He shows that age does not limit ambition and that open water offers endless opportunities for those ready to take the plunge. A couple of his teammates have even been motivated to try open water swimming themselves, following Nolan's example. Our upcoming events, our drill and dance team, and also varsity cheer squad will be coming together for their annual joint homecoming halftime practice on Friday. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas. Any questions from the board for the kids? Thank you, Lucas. That was impressive. I'm a hugger, so give Nolan a big hug when you say that. That is amazing. Good job. Can we have our superintendent's report?
Yes, President, members of the board, student representatives, the only thing I have to share is that on October 17th, McNair High School's homecoming will be against Stagg High School. I have nothing further.
Thank you. Public comments on consent agenda A. The public may address the board on consent agenda A routine business. Each public speaker shall limit their comments to 3 minutes. Please start with your first and last name. Seeing no public comments, do I have a motion from the board?
Motion to approve agenda A.
Second. Ms. McFarland. Can we have a student vote, please?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And a board vote. Thank you. Motion passes 7-0. Public comments on consent agenda B. The public may address the board on consent agenda B, student matters. Each public speaker shall limit their comments to 3 minutes, and please address the board with your first and last name before you start. Seeing none, may I have a motion, please?
I move we approve consent agenda B.
Second.
Thank you. Students do not vote on this, so a board vote, please. Thank you, board. Motion passes 7-0. Public comments on other action items. The public may address the board on other action items. Each public speaker shall have 3 minutes. Please say your first and last name before you start.
Good evening, President Dr. Ball, members of the board, Superintendent Young, members of the cabinet, students. So I love going over unaudited actuals because it really gives me an insight to what's going on. So last year we had an ending fund balance of $298 million, with $201 million that is not assigned. Considering that our income is about $500 million, that means that's 40%. We're carrying over more than 40%. It's about 45%, but 40% of that is not assigned. This is money that should be used for students in the classroom, for retaining and recruiting our teachers. That's a lot of money, $200 million. The other thing I noticed is that books and supplies increased by 30% from 24-25, excuse me, to 25-26, from 26 million to 32 million. And this is not an adoption year. Even in an adoption year, we've never spent more than $8 million. So this is, again, money that should be going into the classrooms. Consulting services, they increased by 39.5%, from 25 million to 35 million. I really want to know, for this amount of money, I would expect that the board would want to see how this is benefiting students and teachers. I know that we've got a lot of people coming in for SIPs, we've got people coming in for I've Ready Math. I want to see the numbers. Spending this kind of money and that increasing it by, almost 40%. What's your bang for the buck here? Unfortunately, certificated salaries only increased 4% by 8 million. So my question here is this because we're not able to hire teachers to fill the positions of teachers that are left? I know we still have open positions in this district. I know that special ed is still a concern. So, when we're spending all this money on consultants and increasing by 30% our budget for books and supplies, why are we only increasing the salaries for teachers and those who work for us overall? That was about average. Why are we only increasing the people whose boots are on the ground, who are in the classroom, by 4%? Thank you.
Item OAI1, certification of 2024-2025 unaudited actuals. Ms. Juarez.
Thank you. Good evening, President Dr. Ball, members of the board. Before you is the unaudited actuals for fiscal year 24-25 for your review and approval. This also signifies the year-end closing for June 30th, 2024. And also upon the certification of this report, it will be, the report will be submitted to San Joaquin County of Education for further review and submittal to the California Department of Education. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any student comments on this? Any board comments?
I have one comment.
Sure.
April, when we went reviewed the LCAP and the budget, can you clarify, because I believe everything for books and supplies in that category is anything tangible less than 10,000, which could be something like a facilities mini split, let's say a portable air conditioning unit breaks down, or anything that is for repair of like a physical item, correct? I just wanted clarification.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you so much, Ms. Linderman. Yes, 4,000s, unfortunately, you know, the state puts it as books and supplies, but really, you're right. It's anything tangible less than $10,000 are coded to the 4,000 code.
And so that money would also include things that would also be for, let's say, M&O, that for repair of our classrooms, correct?
Correct.
Or like things that we might buy, pipes, or anything less than 10,000,
Absolutely.
but not like building a CapEx, like a new building.
Correct.
Okay.
That is absolutely.
I'm just trying to make sure that I'm learning the rules here, getting some. And then the other question I had was the comment was on, I'm excited on the Prop 28. I know that sometimes it's hard to fill that. Do we have programs in place for next year so we can help improve that? I mean, music and arts is really important.
Yes, so yeah, that's incorporated in our, this is an audited actuals, is the final, it's the actual, based on the actual transaction that happened during the year. So yeah, Prop 28 is one of those funding for arts and music that it's incorporated in there. So if that's considered restricted, right? So you can see that on the restricted column, which is very specific to the program requirement and not available for an ongoing cost.
Thank you. Does that clarify, Ms. Lindsay?
Yep.
Thank you. Any other questions from the board?
Motion approved.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Can I have a student vote, please?
Aye.
Thank you. And a board vote? Thank you, board. Motion passes 7-0. Item OAI 2, Agriculture Career Technical Education Incentive Grant. Ms. Jensen?
Good evening, Dr. Ball, members of the board, and Superintendent Young. This is a grant that is written every year, and it is for our agriculture programs. We have 3 agriculture programs in our district. So we need board approval in order to continue forward with the application for funds.
Student comments on that? Any board comments?
Will we approve?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Jensen.
Thank you.
We have a motion on the floor. Can we have a student vote, please?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And a board vote. Thank you, board. Motion passes 7-0. Item OAI 3, Resolution 2025-117, Sufficiency of Instruction Materials. Dr. Horton?
Board President Ball, members of the board, this is the completion of part 2 of the 2-step process that happens every year as part of the Williams settlement. This is the report on sufficiency of instructional materials as overseen by our partner supports at the San Joaquin County Office of Education.
Thank you, Dr. Horton. Any student comments? Board comments on this?
Motion approved.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion on the floor. We'll take student vote, please.
Aye.
Aye.
And board vote. Thank you, board. Motion passes 7-0. We have item OAI 4, AB 1200 documents for Lodi Unified School District Employee Group, Lodi Unified Supervisors Group. Ms. Suarez.
Once again, good evening, Dr. President Dr. Ball, members of the board. Before you is the public disclosure of the collective bargaining agreement with the Lodi Supervisory Group. The agreement includes a 2.3% of ongoing salary, as well as allocation towards, this is the 2026 benefit year, 80%, the maximum contribution of the, to the health and welfare benefits is 80% of the total premium of any district offered health benefits or plan. And also for those that opted out of the, or choose not to select any plans but are eligible, will be eligible to receive $150 monthly. The total cost of this agreement is $421,000, and it's for your approval.
Thank you, Ms. Juarez. Any student comments on this? Any board comments?
Second.
So we're taking Mr. Nava's motion. Sounded a bit louder. Can I have a student vote, please?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And board vote? Thank you. Board motion passes 7-0. Item OAI 5, ratification of the tentative agreement with Lodi Unified Supervisory Group. Ms. Church?
President Ball, members of the board, for your review and approval is the tentative agreement with the Lodi Unified Supervisory Group.
Thank you, Ms. Church. Any student comments? Any board comments?
Motion approved.
Second.
Beat you to it, Mr. Strauss. Student vote on that?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And board vote, please. Thank you. Board motion passes 7-0. Item OAI 6, AB 1200 documents for Lodi Unified School District employee groups, unrepresented groups, management, confidential, and mental health. Ms. Suarez.
Same as the Lodi Unified Supervisory Group. This before you is the public disclosure of the collective bargaining agreement for the unrepresented group. The total estimated cost of the agreement is approximately, let's see, where's my notes? Sorry, it's $1.9 million.
That's too much.
I'm so sorry, I was like, I lost my book. It is $1.9 million. Thank you. Sorry, just want to make sure.
Thank you, Ms. Suarez. Any student comments? Any board comments on this?
Second.
Can we have student vote on this, please?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, students, and board vote, please. Thank you, board motion passes 7-0. Item OAI 7, in alignment with district's agreements with other employee groups, the confidential unit, mental health therapist, and the Lodi Unified School District Administrators Association salary schedules will be improved by 2.3% ongoing 2025-26 school year, and improves district contribution to the 2026 health benefits equal to 80% of the premiums. Ms. Church?
President Ball, members of the board, presented for your approval.
Student comments? Any board comments on this?
Second.
Can I have student vote, please?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, students, and a board vote, please. Thank you, board. Motion passes 7-0. Item OAI 8, AB 1200 documents for Lodi Unified School District Employee Group, the Lodi Pupil Personnel Association. Ms. Suarez.
Before you is the public disclosure of the collective bargaining agreement for Lodi Pupil Personnel Association. The total cost of the agreement is approximately $1 million.
Thank you, Ms. Suarez. Any student comments? Any board comments on this?
Second.
Can I have a student vote, please?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And a board vote, please. Thank you, board. Motion passes 7-0. Ratification of the tentative agreement with Lodi Pupil Personnel Association, Ms. Church.
President Ball, members of the board, but for your review and approval is the tentative agreement with Lodi Pupil Personnel Association.
Thank you. Do we have any student comments? Any board comments?
Move we approve.
Second.
Moved to Ms. Alexander. Student vote, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And board vote? Thank you, board. Motion passes 7-0. Do we have any board advisory committee reports? I think our facilities committee had met, Mr. Porter and Mr. Alexander.
No, we didn't. You're up, sure.
It's just recent. We're aging now.
You're up, sure.
We did have, what was that?
No, that was when we met really late at night. No.
Yes, we did meet, and that was, I believe, at 6:30 p.m.
Yes.
on Monday.
And I appreciate the late hour, thank you.
That's okay.
We did have a facilities committee meeting, and are we opening it up?
I'm sorry.
Was it being open, I'm sorry, I'm asking for a clarification. Was there any public information given out that we're having this meeting?
Yes.
Yes,
As far, sorry, Dr. Ball, members of the board, that subcommittee is not a standing subcommittee. It
Okay,
doesn't
yes.
fall under the rules of the Brown Act.
Governance does.
However, we can certainly report out because we have shared with Vinewood that we put a pause on some of the immediate work with the completion of the lunch shelter and the landscaping being completed. Any discussions about bus pull-in, we would not be looking at that until the following summer. So we're just currently putting a pause to finish the existing work.
Thank you.
What we shared out or did that, so thank you for the clarification on that. Yes.
Thank you. It's interesting to sit on these committees because you have so much to do when you sit there, and then you come to a public meeting and you're like, can I say it?
Like you just saw there.
I did see that look and I felt it necessary to clarify.
Thank you, I appreciate it. It was a very fulfilling meeting, to say the least, at the end of a long day. So thank you for all those who were able to make it. Do we have any comments from the public? We have a 20-minute time period allocated for the public to address the board on matters not listed on the agenda. Each speaker shall limit their comments to 3 minutes. We have 6, so each speaker shall get their 3 minutes. To share materials with the board, please provide them to the staff for distribution. Due to restrictions under the California Brown Act, the board cannot engage in discussion regarding public comments. Please state your first and last name as you come up to the podium. And we have Krista Johnson.
Something like that. Good evening and thank you for listening to my concerns. My name is Krista Johnson and I am a special education teacher at McNair High School. About 20 years ago, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and about 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with a mold allergy. And I was fine before the flood of McNair last year and up to this year. When we came back to school, I have been in constant pain. I'm doing my best to take pain meds, but I haven't relied on any pain meds in 15 years. I'm okay. 30 minutes into my classroom, I hurt. If I leave and I come back, the pain subsides, but it's constantly all day long. I don't like to miss work because of the population that I work with, but something in my room is not right. I don't know if it's the mold, if there's mold in there, or if it's due to the lack of airflow from the air conditionings that's causing the flare-ups, but something that needs to happen. again, the population that I work with, consistency is very important, and I've already missed a few days of work because I have been in so much pain. Again, thank you very much for listening to my concerns.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Aaron Chester-Brett.
I'm Erin Chester-Brett. I wanted to express my thanks for my room being rebuilt. It took 3 weeks, but we get to move back in tomorrow. So that's a plus. I walked in there, I didn't have my asthma, I'm okay, so that's good. I need to address a different thing that was going on at McNair. It's happened before the flood. It kind of got pushed to the back because of the flood. The fact that over the summer, new thermostats were put throughout our building. Okay. Thermostats that do not allow us to regulate our temperature below 70 degrees. Now, 70 degrees is awesome when there's 2 to 5 people in a room. But 70 degrees is not okay when there's 30 children plus a teacher in the room. So there's something not right. Multiple teachers have already asked for thermostats to be recalibrated. Something's not right. And instead of just having us sit there and have to, each of us beg to have our thermostat recalibrated, it would be more practical if just someone went in there and actually did a full check of all the thermostats. Today, my classroom, I had a scientific thermometer that was Celsius pinned right next to my thermostat. Thermostat said 69 degrees, and it was 25 degrees Celsius, which is 77 degrees. So there's something wrong. And it's worse in the second floor. By 4th period, those kids are dying. They're like, and the teachers have no way of changing the temperature. We tried to do a workaround kind of hack thing where we had incandescent lights near the thermostats, not pointed at thermostats because we know it will melt the thermostat, we're not crazy, but warm up the area near the thermostat, and we were told if we do that, they're going to take our lights. So we can't even try and help ourselves with that. So something's not right with that AC unit. And it was from before the flood, but the extra moisture probably didn't help. And so please recalibrate all the thermostats instead of making us beg one at a time. Thank you for our time.
Marcy Gaida, Mary Gaida, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to spell your first name out for me too. No, just kidding.
It's all good. Good evening, Dr. Ball, Superintendent, young members of the board. My name is Mary Gaida, and I'm the music teacher at Vinewood, and I want to add one section at Beckman. I am a traveling teacher. So I want to start my comments with regard to the proposed tentative agreement between LEA and the district. Thank you, first of all, for our bargaining team who spent 11 hours this last Friday in talks. However, I worry that it's not enough. I know we can't fix everything now, but I still think you, the district, can do more. As for things happening at Vinewood, we're still under construction, and I don't see much progress. We even had a student trip over their feet today on one of those sandbags, and there was a lot of mess on his face, unfortunately, so I'm really concerned about that. The fences are still up, concrete isn't poured, and not sure what that's gonna mean with rain right around the corner, possibly even Friday, according to last time I looked at the weather. I hope we are holding the construction company accountable.
Ms. Gaida, can I interrupt you? I'm really sorry. Can I request the public to please, we are unable to, ma'am, I'm really sorry, but we're unable to focus when we have so much background noise. Thank you. Go on, please.
So I hope we're holding the construction company accountable for not meeting their timeline, and that this will be the last year that the project runs through the entire first quarter. Because the last 2 years we've had bathrooms and we've been in portable bathrooms for the past 2 years, and now we have this construction where we can't even access our full campus. There are many things. I appreciate the pause and everything that's happening there, but I want to make sure that moving forward with the other projects, we include terminology in those contracts that hold these construction companies accountable, because there is learning loss. I hear the construction all the way out in my portable. I can't even imagine what it's like for the two pods that are right next to it in pod C and pod D. On a more positive note, last week we hosted our family scene night. While I didn't get to see every student, I had the joy of running the ramp ball engineering project, making balls go down the ramp slower, using rubber bands, wood dowels, and popsicle sticks. It was awesome seeing students trying out different ideas and seeing what worked and what didn't. Next week, I have all of my first grade classes doing an informance or an informal performance at Beckman. It'll be on Monday at 1:20 p.m. if you want to come. It'll be in the cafeteria, and it'll be Wednesday at 1:45 for them. If you want to hear at Vinewood what 72 kazoos sound like together, it's so much fun. They have ducks. We're singing a bunch of wonderfully cute songs, so if you can make it, I would love to see anyone there. And then once we're back from break, we're going to start our winter programs. So just wanted to share a little light news. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Kelly Hanston.
Kelly Hanston, I'm teacher Julia Morgan. My first year teaching though I was at Park Lane, and Ann and I both went to Sutherland when Sutherland opened, and we would have bonus learnings with 120 students. We'd open our classrooms up, and we were doing science Olympiad because we took like 40 kids to see with one teacher and no parents. Ha, lots of fun. But I can still remember when I said to the kids, I said, if you want to learn about geology, you're going to go over to Miss Suela Garcia's room. If you want to learn astronomy, you're going to stay here in this room. And there's this tug. And I looked down, and there's this little one from Park Lane. And she goes, but Miss Hanston, I want to learn everything. And it was just, those kids are so wonderful, and I'm just so glad to hear all the good things that are happening there. It's just wonderful. And that little girl, she couldn't have passed any of the tests that we do now at that time, because I had her as a 6th grader too, but she's a doctor. So anyway, I also had some other good news. I got about 2 board meetings ago, I talked about, after Amy had gotten everything fixed at her school, I talked about some of the little problems in our school. And there's this thing hanging down in Diana Torres's classroom that any minute looked like it could fall down and hit her kids on the head with this kind of metal thing. I don't know if it was heavy metal or light metal, but it just looked a little dangerous. You guys came out and fixed that. Thank you, SEIU, not SEIU, CSEA. And then there was the place where the new teacher had a classroom where kids had been kicking in the wood. I don't know if you saw it in any of your visits when you went out to where the portable was. It looks horrible. It's all fixed and beautiful. So thank the carpenters. I think there's 2 of them in the district for taking care of that. And thank you for listening to our complaints and taking care of it all together. Thank you, Mr. Young. Anyone else who did it? Anyone in the room? But I must say this is a very serene board meeting. So let's keep it that way. Thank you.
Naomi Santiago.
Good evening, board members, Superintendent Young, and district staff. My name is Noemi Santiago, and I just wanted to comment about the story I just heard. It makes my heart pound because I was a student here at the Lodi Unified School District when I was a little one. So seeing a lot of my teachers retiring, about to, or still teaching, it was really nice. And I definitely was one of the students that struggled. So, okay. Tonight is September 16th. For my community, the date is Mexican Independence Day. This is not a coincidence. This is destiny. Stockton is where most of my students live. It is where my stories of trauma and resilience begin, and it is where the demand for equity rings loudest. Independence is not just history. Independence is a living demand. Last month I stood here and told you what happened to me, how I was barred from my classroom, how retaliation and wage theft erased my hard work, and how my students were left abandoned. 2 months ago, I submitted a formal complaint to this board, documenting how Assistant Superintendent Aaron Church interfered with my credentialing process, undermined external agencies, and placed my position in jeopardy. I have received no acknowledgement. So tonight I return, not just for myself, but for everyone who has lived in silence. One voice may seem small, but one voice can carry the weight of hundreds who do not speak, who cannot speak. Behind me are countless of educators who stay silent because they fear losing their classroom, their income, and their careers. Their silence is not agreement. Their silence is survival. And my students know it too. They saw me erased. They asked, did I do something wrong? Did my teacher abandon me? That harm was preventable and their voices deserve to be heard. Independence means freedom. Freedom from retaliation. Freedom from inequity. Freedom from fear. But right now, the message to my students is clear. Gyms are worth more than labs. Slogans are worth more than science. And silence is worth more than accountability. That cannot be the lesson. Not here, not in Stockton, not on September 16th. So I ask you tonight, correct the record, investigate these failures, restore what was taken. Representation matters, advocacy matters, accountability matters, and above all, my students' voices matter. I have some items I want to share, but I'm running out of time. Or I ran out of time. This is independence. That is destiny. And that is why I'm here tonight. Thank you.
Councilor Garcia.
Good evening, Dr. Ball, Dr. President, Dr. Ball, School Board, Mr. Young, everybody. On Friday, our bargaining team met with the district's bargaining team in a immediate session all day until 8 p.m. The tentative agreement was successfully reached during this session, and I appreciate the dedication and effort demonstrated by all the parties involved. While this is a significant step, I know our work is not complete. I and my colleagues will continue to advocate for our students and each other by focusing on areas such as meeting the needs of our special education students. That seems not right.
Keep going, it's okay.
Okay, I have no time, perfect. Just what you wanted. Maintaining school sites so they are safe and healthy places for all members of our community. Improving the use of teachers' time during the workday and year. Securing long-term support for health benefits, not just 1 year. Working collaboratively will ultimately enhance our students' education. I urge everyone to pull together and improve our school community beginning at the sites. And I ask that we move public comment to the beginning of the meeting like we used to, and that we move comments on reports till after the report is made. Thank you.
We'll have comments from the employee group representatives. Each representative has 5 minutes to comment on non-agendized items. Thank you.
President Dr. Wall, members of the board, Superintendent Young. I kind of want to reiterate, what Ann had said, is that our bargaining team worked with the mediator and we came to a deal. It was a long, drawn-out day. We're glad that we came to a deal. But my members are already although they're excited about the deal and we started voting on it today, they are showing concerns about the healthcare. While we are grateful for having the district pay 80% of our benefits, it's gonna be a real hard face of reality come when we get the rates for 2027. We were already looking at rates this year increasing about, on average, I wanna say around 17–18%. That's a lot. So we know that rates are gonna go up in 2027. I know that, I'm grateful that you wanna do a healthcare committee to investigate, but I will also tell you that I've been talking to the other presidents around not only San Joaquin County, but throughout the state. And healthcare is one of those things that is, it's a big thorn in everyone's side. And I know Mrs. McFarland had said this before, that, you know, having a business, it's been a concern with her. I know that those who had CDT, Tracy and my sister who works in Truckee, mid-year, they had an increase of 30%. Her health care is now taking away 25% of her salary. And she's all the way over and all the way down. And Truckee pays more than us, okay? She's making like 142. So just imagine, you know, that's huge. So I want to thank the bargaining teams on both sides for coming together and discussing this. I think we do all need to discuss this and see how we can be competitive with some of our nearby school districts who have less health insurance contributions on behalf of their teachers, so that we can continue to attract great teachers and retain great teachers here at Lodi Unified. So thank you.
No comments from CSEA? All right, well, thank you. Comments from any board members tonight?
Yes, September 15th to October 15th is Hispanic Heritage Month.
There you go.
And this year's theme is Collective Heritage, honoring the past and inspiring the future. What is really important about that is it emphasizes the shared cultural roots and diverse experiences within the Hispanic and Latin community. It honors the past and it acknowledges the important achievements, struggles, deep-rooted traditions that define our Hispanic identity, and inspires the future, really looking at the ongoing impact, creativity, and activism and leadership of our next generation. And excited for this year's theme because it ties a lot with what we as a board want to do and just the community that we serve. My grandfather came through the Bracetto program, and it is an important time to celebrate just because there is a lot of resilience. There's a lot of impact that individuals, like my mom was a first generation college student, and that is an amazing achievement to have had no support or no. I had someone to follow, even though my mom went to college when I was in high school, but not having that is a really hard path. And so I know for the children that don't have that advocate, that example, they rely on those community-based organizations, which is what's really exciting to see about Park Lane, but just a recognition that this is a really important celebration and just coming into the fall, and also I like pumpkin spice lattes. The fall is really, really important. So that's it.
Ms. Netherman, thank you. Any other comments?
I believe we have, what, 2 more weeks in the quarter, Mr. Young?
8 days.
8 days. I guess you're not counting, are you, teachers? I do hope, because my commitment is, of course, to student achievement and wellness, that we are targeting those students that aren't doing well 7th through 12th grade. And now that we have a 7th period day in 9th through 12, that we are planning interventions for those students that are getting D's and F's, which have already should have been identified with their progress reports. So I'm relying on Ms. Dr. Horton to have a plan in place to do intervention with these students at the quarter so we can do triage and help these students be successful by the semester. So we have 8 days for that window to occur, and it's a big deal to me because it's also one of the indicators that show up on our dashboard for our school district and how it's performing. So if they're not doing well in high school and in 7th and 8th grade, hopefully we can target them, and now with the extra period, put them into an intervention class and provide them with the supplies and support they need to be successful. And you got 8 days. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Any comments, Mr. Chairman?
Oh, no doubt, it's 8 days.
Yes.
Just real quick, we'll be quick because I left my notes in the car. I went to Needham West again, and I'm always impressed with that site. I guess it's not officially a school, but it's a site. And I had the numbers of the programs and some things. I'll bring that next week. I'm trying to get them to do a spotlight. I've been talking to them. But anyway, and then also went to 2 different schools. One was just by chance, and I was invited to the other one. They were both having lunches on the lawn. And I was just impressed how many parents were at these. And there was, I don't have the numbers, I can get them from the principals, but it was, the kids were just having fun, the families were having fun, and both schools, it was Washington Needham, serve an underrepresented community, and so some of these people don't feel comfortable coming to schools, but it was very low pressure and just huge parent participation. The kids got to show off their classes and introduce their parents to the teachers, and the teachers were out eating, so I was impressed, and that both principals were just really happy with it. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you.
Just very quickly, I'd like to thank Mrs. Holbert, Mrs. Suarez, Dr. Horton for answering my questions sent out to you so quickly, and I appreciate that a lot. Our high school reps, I just enjoy very much your reports and how in-depth they are, and I look forward to them. So thank you for sharing those so eloquently with us. Teachers, 8 days, go for it, but I also know that there's a whole group of people that during that 2-week break that are on campuses, that are doing these projects, that are continuing to work during and don't get those 2-week breaks. So I commend all of those people as well, but remember to take care of each other and take care of yourselves.
Thank you. Thank you. Well said, Ms. Alexander. I appreciate the students sitting there very patiently today. Thank you. You both had great reports, and we look forward to more coming from you guys. And good luck with everything that's coming through down the pipeline for you. Thanks, everybody, and have a good night. Thank you.